So you might remember that I mentioned the Collapsals in my last lore video, where I basically mentioned that they come from the Aether Gate. Well, now I will go a bit deeper about them. Well, they aren't exactly fun, if that makes sense. So, as you of course already know, they come from the portal, the Aether Gate. They are also kind of a collective term for various extra-dimensional entities. The name Collapsal was invented by the Colombian researchers who studied these entities extensively through modern science. The Collapsals are classified as well as having real and irreal bodies, and it is also uncertain if they exist in a conventional sense, with reports noting that they seem unable to interact with the physical world if not being directly perceived or observed. They have been described as having many strange, grotesque features, such as numerous structures resembling limbs and eyes, and black, foggy, formless bodies. The Collapsals are considered an info hazard, who can gain power and manifest themselves simply by being known, and can seemingly prey on strong emotions such as fear. Which is why all Terran nations try to suppress the passing down of knowledge regarding them, with only the highest of the authority of their nations being permitted to be aware of their existence. Although Collapsals do not appear to follow biological or even logical behavior, such as lacking the need to hunt or feed, they are extremely hostile and will attempt to latch onto and transform both living and inanimate objects, even if unprovoked. They prey upon their victims through many supernatural methods like mind control, hallucinations, and mirages amidst a blizzard. Now, before we get to signs of their presence, I do want to mention that in the future, when I think it was confirmed they do come from the Aether Gate, in his studies into the Aether Gate, or Kargerai, as the Leithanians call it, I probably said it wrong by the way, and I apologize if I did. The Witch King discovered a massive Collapsal presence and dedicated much of his efforts to holding them at bay. Basically meaning the Collapsals might be the vanguards of an extra-dimensional invasion, the nature of which remains a mystery. And I do want to note that it seems to be the Witch King alone holding them at bay, the strongest Originium caster on Terra, from my knowledge at least. Now, for a few signs that Collapsals are nearby can be identified by a few of the following phenomena. Blooming plants with no visible roots, especially in the form of flowers. These actually also act as the anchor point for the Collapsals and can pollute the surrounding area if not contained. Pitch black snowfall, or the appearance of black fog, a sign of their corruption. Phantom-like beings such as those resembling the Ursine Emperor's blade. Blackness that cannot be observed through photography or other optical instruments. Sudden or random gravitational or space-time anomalies. Objects resembling human hands such as the frozen claw. Objects or landmarks appearing seemingly out of nowhere, or major differences in perception and reality. Now, for how victims of total collapsal corruption can be identified by the following traits. Bodies having black patches and being hollowed. Black blood oozing out from their bodies. Sometimes stronger entities also produce black snow or fog in their surroundings. Literal walking dead with abnormal behavior such as extreme convolution and uncontrolled speed, partially caused by their spatial warping. Faces becoming a singularity that do not reflect visible light. Incomprehensible speech that cannot be deciphered or understood. And known collapsal paradigms and effects include the following. Loss of the ability to understand and interpret language and mathematics. Spontaneous manifestation and spread of dominion. Notions of distance and movement becoming warped, such as perceived distance and the time being massively disjointed. Thoughts, emotions, and cognition manifesting into physical form. Common knowledge and societal norms being altered or made incomprehensible. Random and drastic shifts in atmospheric pressure. Living beings suffering injuries of various severity out of nowhere. Organisms being synchronized with inanimate objects, causing any harm done to either to be done to both. Individuals in the area becoming unable to perceive or process certain information. Failures and errors in technology that are not perceived by the technology itself. Now, this can technically be a form of a warning of collapsals. And now I have also maybe made more people aware of their existence. And if the collapsals do truly exist, it might be over.